Hi, air signs. So I'm talking to Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Rising signs. I hope you don't mind a little bit of talk in the beginning. Got a little bit for you while I shuffle these decks out. They've been pre-shuffled, so it's light shuffling. So I just did the water video. You're the last one this time around. And I'm not sure I'm very satisfied with it. There was a thunderstorm forecasted for today, a lot of rain, some wind, and it was kind of just sitting overhead. Actually, the sun came out, looked like it wasn't going to happen for a while. Weather. But it does, it pertains to us too, I think. Especially if you believe in that whole as above, so below thing, and you look at the elements, it's definitely got something to do with us as humans too. And obviously it affects us from an external perspective too. So anyway, there was like this tension and pending storm up above while I was doing the water signs, and first I got into their theme. I even got into the week by week with them before I realized that I was talking to myself because my mic wasn't plugged in. So I redid the video and there was sort of a happy, like, optimistic vibe going on for the earth signs, for the fire signs, and that first part of the water signs as well. There was like a similar energy. And then when I redid it, the energy for the water signs was totally different. I'm not sure that I liked it so much, and I might redo it. Anyway, you might be wondering, what the heck does this have to do with me? I'm an air sign. Well, you can listen for your sun, your moon, and ascendant rising sign. So if your sun, moon, or ascendant rising sign is a water sign, then it would have to do with you. And even if that's not the case for you, Aquariuses especially. Let's talk about this a little bit. So I've been in some interesting Aquarian, like, relations with Aquarians over the past few years, and gotten like closer and gotten to know that energy from a different perspective than I had in my life previously, because my parents don't have strong Aquarian in their chart. I didn't really get close or get to know Aquarians, or even that much air, because neither one of my parents is air either. And sure, I've had relationships in my life with other air signs, but anyway, there's been this sort of theme and connection and getting to know Aquarian energy, especially that 11th house energy, the past couple of years. Anyhow, so I'm a Scorpio sun sign, and the signs relate to each other in very interesting ways. It's kind of like mythology. I mean, it is mythology, right? And my gosh, the relationship between Aquarius and Scorpio is so interesting. And I'm not really talking about people per se anymore, just the two signs. There's like an epic battle that never ends. There's like a control issue thing. It's just, I'm thinking about writing something on the matter. So here's the thing. Aquarius, which happens to be governed by Uranus, which is electricity, which is lightning, thunder, right, which we have overhead right now. Aquarius. It's the water bearer. It's an air sign, but it's the water bearer. So it seems to think that, you know, it seems to think that it can go around and, you know, it's got an intimate relationship with water, essentially. It's the air that holds the moisture through condensation, through evaporation, and through, you know, like the clouds. So it's the water bearer. Seems to think it can just, I make this joke, you know, there's conversation between water and air, you know, it's not necessarily like a dominatrix thing, but I make this joke that Aquarius thinks that it can just go into the water and pick the water up whenever it wants and carry it off into the heavens and, you know, drop it down to earth whenever it feels like it, with no regard for the water. And the waters will. Alright, so let's look at it from the other side of the coin, though. Aquarius. Scorpio. Scorpio is said to be the most fiery water sign, and I totally see that. It's co-ruled by Mars. Yeah, I think so. But Scorpio is also connected into transformation and change, as is Aquarius. Different ways, though. So there's battle there, because Scorpio thinks of transformation as a process, like the caterpillar into the butterfly. It's a process to Scorpio. But Aquarius is the opposite. It's quick, sudden change. It's lightning striking. Boom, fire, instant, right? Scorpio also, even though it's a water sign, even though it's the fieriest water sign, not the airiest, you know, the airiest water sign, per se. There's this legend of how there's 3 glyphs associated with Scorpio, actually 4, because it's the sign of transformation. It's said to be, at its lowest octave, the scorpion. And then it transforms into the eagle. And then it transforms into the dove or the phoenix, right? So it goes from the being of earth, Scorpio, to getting up in the air, being the eagle, and then going, you know, into the dove or the phoenix. And this isn't really about Scorpio. This is an air reading. But just to give you the full picture, right? Scorpio, as a scorpion, its defense, right, when it feels threatened or it's attacked, is to sting, and it's incredibly painful. Depending on the type of Scorpio, it could kill you or it could immobilize you. It hurts a lot, but it tends to hurt the scorpion even more. So the scorpion, in defense, or when it feels threatened, will go where the other signs won't go. Like, it will self-destruct if necessary, but you're gonna learn not to mess with Scorpio, right? Then it goes into an eagle, where it doesn't have to do that anymore. Then it's the predator, and it scouts out, and it's selective, and it learns to be kind of, you know, like a vulture. What's that type of bird? A scavenger? Not a scavenger, but maybe it's a scavenger. It learns to weed out the sick from the healthy, and it'll go and it'll eat up what's sick or decaying, right? So if we don't look at this as like living beings, we look at it as like what's decaying in life, or what's not useful in life, and what's in the way. Sick, contaminating the rest, it will, or holding the rest back in a process. It takes that out, and it feeds on that. So that's the eagle, right? And it flies up very high. It gets a very high perspective of the matter, and it comes down and it does that. Then it evolves to the dove or the phoenix, and I'm not sure of my ecology here, but I think that the dove isn't a predator. I don't think the dove eats animals. I think the dove eats, like, produce, you know, like berries, things. So it no longer has to feed on life of its own kind. It no longer has to eat out of the animal kingdom. It eats that which does not feel pain, which does not suffer. So that's its more evolved state. Or, you know, it's the phoenix. It comes out of the ashes, out of the fire and air, the ashes, as a totally new evolved being. So Scorpio certainly seems to think that it has its right to the sky as well. It's not one-sided. Anyhow, I don't know why I went on that ramble. Maybe it'll show up in the cards, that explanation. Aside from the thunderstorm overhead and what was going on, I just found it kind of interesting how it really shifted the whole frequency. It seemed to shift the whole frequency of the readings I was doing. So it just started raining. I heard like a tiny bit of thunder. There's still that tension in the air. I'm not sure how your reading's going to come out. It might be a redo, it might not. We're just going to have to see. Thank you for listening to the extended intro. You got an extended intro. So let's talk some more and do your reading. I'm sticking with the formula I've been using for the last few months. I'm going to do theme cards for you, and then I'm going to do a approximate week by week. Weeks might blend together a little bit. Some of the stuff that comes out in week 1 you might also see in week 2, or it might not reach you until week 2. I'm doing 4 weeks. There's more than 28 days in a week, so you understand the approximate factor. A couple announcements for you. So the first thing I want to share is that I've finally gotten my Patreon set up and launched. I'm super excited about that. So if you're interested in becoming one of my patrons, or taking a look and seeing what it's all about, you might be interested. The link for that's down below. Please go ahead and do that. I would love to have you there and interact with you through that. The second thing is that I am hosting a Halloween party sort of thing. It's all online. It's through Facebook. There's going to be games and prizes. I've put together really neat looking scrapbooking and junk journaling stuff. So there's going to be like a scrapbooking / junk journaling package as one of the prizes. There's going to be pick-a-pile ancestor readings and other Halloween and autumn themed pick-a-pile readings. I'm going to use more than these 2 decks that I'm about to show you, but just to show you these decks. This is a new to me tarot deck that I think is really neat and kind of, it's not necessarily Halloween themed, but where's one of them? I think it's kind of cool for Halloween. Like, here's the Hanged Man. Kind of neat. So I'm going to do that. And then look at the Sun card. The Sun card's almost spooky even. I don't know. It's like happy, goofy, mellow, spooky. Whatever. I have the Vampire Tarot from Robert M. Place. And I'm going to use that. I only pull this one out generally around this time of year. So I'll be using that in the event as well. Ooh. Get rid of that glare. Sideways view. There we go. Sorry. I'm going to do it again. So if that was loud, turn your volume down or pause it. Oh, very sorry. All right. So very excited about that. Get a mermaid card out for you. Last but not least, Etsy. My Etsy store. The link for that is down below as well. I just put out some new stuff. I'm planning to release some more new stuff. And one of the things that I have up are spell kits. So you can order spell kits, and I'm making them myself and putting everything together myself. It's a super good deal for what it is, price-wise. So I wanted you to know about that. Now, I think we can fully get into your reading. Air signs. Okay, Earth got the same card from the Goddess deck. You have Mother Mary. Expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Okay. Pomegranate from the Tree card. Do a couple tarot cards too. Ooh, the Devil card and Two of Cups reversed, Harmony. Okay. So interesting stuff. Let's see. The Mermaid, Time and Tide, Oceanic spells and rituals, and then you have the 12th house, Pisces. Pisces has to do with the ocean. Okay, so look at this. Heavy water energy this month. Scorpio, right? We move from the sign of Libra to the sign of Scorpio on the 20, I don't know what day it is exactly, around the 23rd, it might be on the 23rd of October. So we're entering Scorpio, a water sign, sister sign to Pisces. Pisces and the 12th house is being highlighted as part of your theme for this month. Okay, and the ocean. So this is about vastness. This is about vastness, vast possibilities. This is about the subconscious and the superconscious, Pisces is. It's ruled by Neptune. Another lord of the sky. So we also have Earth showing up for you. I want to point out this is showing up right side up. When it shows up reversed, it indicates a blockage or an imbalance. But when it shows up right side up for me, it means that these energies are sort of featured or highlighted or more predominant for you right now. Okay, so we have both the element of Earth. This is stability. This is groundedness. This is your health, especially your physical body. This is your overall health. And this is finances, material things. It's also sensuality, sure, especially with Pisces here. The 12th house, Pisces, oh my gosh, that's everything. That's everything, air signs. It really is, because it's the final house, the last sign, and it's the accumulation of all the other signs before it. Okay, and here we have the ocean. And so some of the specifics, astrology, some people think of astrology as being in the 11th house, the sign of Aquarius. I think of astrology as being in Pisces, the 12th house. This is imagination, creativity. Okay. If it were reversed, we'd be talking about it being out of balance, and we'd be talking about illusions, deceptions, misunderstanding, confusion, fears, these kinds of things. But we're not. We're talking about it right side up. So we're talking about art, music, creative expression like that. We're talking about dreaming things up into reality. We're talking about dreams, your nocturnal, or some people sleep in the day, dreams that you have while you're unconscious. We're talking about your psychic abilities. We're talking about otherworldly things. Okay, and we have pomegranate, which I'm going to read out of the book for you in a moment. I don't have to overlap these. There we go. We have the Two of Cups reversed. We have the Devil. I'm going to look at those next. Be careful, though, even though we have Pisces right side up. So this is kind of Pisces reversed and Scorpio reversed. The Devil card. The Devil is addictions, substance abuse, perversion. It's pent up sexual energy gone awry. It's it's icky energy. Let's see. Start with the Two of Cups. So reverse, there's an imbalance. There's an imbalance, and it could be with a partnership or a relationship. This could be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. It's a relationship where your feelings are involved, probably, though, or there's some feelings occurring. It's an emotional imbalance with a relationship. It could be work-related. It could be friendship. It could be family. It could be in general, your relationship with your partners. In fact, that would make a lot of sense because the 12th house is, it's just such a vast energy. It looks like maybe you're doing some shadow work right now, right? Exploring your unconscious, your super conscious. So it's sort of like an energy that requires a little bit of you time, right? All right, let's look deeper. We have the Devil card. All right, so when the Devil card's reversed, it's talking about materialism and inner demons. It didn't show up reversed, though. It showed up right side up. And it still can represent those things, but it's talking about, like, releasing them, right? It's talking about finding enlightenment, getting over it, getting past it, integrating them, making peace with your inner demons and things like that. It can symbolize divorce, separations. It's about recovery. Coming up like this, it's about recovering from this sort of energy that I mentioned before too, that suppression, repression, domination, power struggles, all these things are represented with the Devil card, but it's about recovering from them as it shows up here. Healing 12th house stuff. Some of you might have things aspected and going on right now, astrologically speaking, with the 12th house, and it might benefit you to investigate that and find out more about that and what you can do. Some of you, it might just be like Halloween stuff. Honestly, it might just be like Samhain, Halloween type stuff, doing shadow work, getting into fantasy, right? It showed up right side up, so it's not too bad. Getting into fantasy, make-believe, that's Pisces, 12th house, costumes, all that, that's Pisces. So we have the Tree card left I want to read before we get into your week by week. Okay, so we have Pomegranate. Pomegranate. Its key word or key phrase is the inner journey. And it reads, use your intuition and instincts to tune into the major themes of your life. Meditation will help you to still your mind so that inspiration can strike. And creative visualization will help you to plan your life's path. That's another thing with Pisces. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but creative visualization, for sure. Okay, expect a miracle. This is like... Oops, I lost my headset. Okay, if we talk about the zodiac as life itself, like the cycle of life from birth to death and rebirth and all of that, and like, I don't know, midlife and all of it, Pisces is seen in several different ways. It's just that big. It's the ocean. It's very limitless. And the way I'm going to describe it, that I think really ties into your reading the best, is it's like when you're inside the womb and you're about to be born. Okay, so being born, the first stages of life, birth itself, well, depends on how you look at it, but you know, being a baby is symbolized by Aries, the first sign. So that's how I'm looking at Pisces. And you're in the womb, you're in this place, and you know, we have Samhain, Halloween for the ancients was a new year. It's a costume party for a new year. So releasing all the demons and the, you know, celebrating all the prosperity of the past year and hoping for more prosperity and trying to put that energy forward for the coming year and releasing all of the demons and negativity of the past year. You know, some people, you ever heard of cabbage night? That's what cabbage night is about. When people go out and they're mischievous and stuff like that, it's getting it out of your system. We're about to start a new year. You know, keep it in proper perspective. Don't let yourself go too far. But that's what that's all about. So Pisces, anyway, inside the womb, it's very creative energy. Like this baby is almost, you know, fully formed at this stage. Actually, it's like the whole thing. It can be looked at as the whole pregnancy, right? So it goes through this whole life within itself, almost like a practice life before it's born into the real world. And it goes through life in a totally different way. Pisces is its own world. Anyway, I think I've gotten off track instead of on it. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Yeah. Believe in miracles. Understand that the universe is vast and limitless, is what I'm trying to get at. This is a very creative energy. It's also the sign of compassion. All right, compassion and you know, it can be very altruistic and loving. So I do think you want to, like, take measures to protect yourself, ground yourself, take good care of yourself, your finances, be responsible with finances and all that. But it looks like, you know, it's good. You know, it's not reversed. It's good. You're grounded. And because you're grounded, there's like this huge friggin' cauldron of possibilities. You put whatever you want in the soup. You have this pot, this cauldron, you put whatever you want in the soup. You're in control of what you're making. The possibilities are endless. So expect a miracle. Expect the divine to give you a miracle. Have faith that your prayers are being answered and heard. Yeah, there's plenty of ways for the universe to deliver what you've asked for to you. It's a vast universe. There's no need to feel like there's limit, like there's need to steal from other people or cheat other people or abuse other people. You don't need that. And you don't need to attract that energy either. And if you do, it could be that you can heal it with the other cards here. You got to heal things within yourself, though, or it's going to hurt your partnerships. That comes up. Okay, and, you know, connecting to the ocean can be really beneficial for you. Ocean magic, tides and rituals came up from the mermaids. Let's get into that week by week. I might have to do a freaking second video for your reading. I didn't want to do any second videos. All right. I'm using the Witch's Wisdom Oracle decks. I'm gonna lay it out facing me first, and then I'll flip them over facing you. Alright. Very seasonal cards for you and others. A lot of people got seasonal cards. You have 3 out of 4 seasons appearing here, though. Okay. And next I want to get some tarot. Last but not least, we get the tarot cards out. Okay, cool. So, first week, you have Watchtower of the West, autumn. So, first week of October, maybe it's feeling like autumn where you are. Maybe you're thinking about the autumn. You're in the autumn spirit. I don't know. This is also about the West. It's connected into, guess what? Water. Our emotions, our subconscious, our superconscious. Magic making. All right. It's also about sort of introspection. Autumn. Winter is too, but autumn's it's definitely about magic. So I have this bookmark that I got recently, and it says, autumn is a second spring where all the colorful leaves are just like spring flowers or something like that. And I really liked it. I really liked that concept. I really liked that idea. It really resonated with me, because it's like new phase. It is. It's like end of a new year. I mean, an old year, beginning of a new one, new phase. The cards are showing that kind of energy for you as well. Magenta, connect to your deepest inner knowing. So here, that reinforcement of meditation being important comes through. Autumn's about reflection a lot. This would be a really good one to read out of the book. So with the color cards, please take note and remember that you can use these colors in your life, in your visualization. Bring them into your life and your visualizations more. You can use them to align your frequency to the frequency of the colors and the message on the color cards. So using magenta that way and all of the colors moving forward as you see fit, it can raise and change your vibration to that energy mentioned. Also, I know I talked a lot in the beginning to you guys, but I'm going to ask you to stay at the end of the video for just a couple minutes. I don't even think it's a minute, it's just under a minute. I have 2 more little announcements that pertain to this reading that I think you might want to catch, so please do that. We have Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver. Such energy of imagination and dreams for you this month. Your third eye and your crown chakra are just like, I don't know. It's huge. It's a huge thing for you, and it's opening the month. Let me look at the tarot card. And then the White Eagle card. Tarot card is the 5 of Wands reversed. All right. So this is about respecting differences and avoiding conflicts. Respecting differences and avoiding conflicts. Autumn is about releasing, too. It's about releasing what's dead in our lives, what's dying, what's decaying, what's no longer serving us, what's in the way, what's stale. So that could resonate and be true for you on any level, mental, emotional, physical. But I definitely see it coming through first and foremost, like in the emotional sphere and like mentally, emotionally, or unconscious, within your unconscious, your etheric body, stuff like that. So we have Dreamweaver. Okay. I'm not sure if this is a grandmother card or a grandfather card. I think it's grandfather card. Yeah. Grandfather Dreamweaver. It reads, ask a friend to pray and make you a dream catcher. This will help you to remember your dreams and will filter out nightmares. During sleep, you enter the spirit world. You are at a powerful level. Your mind is no longer in control. Spirit and energy are now in charge. Just total surrender to spirit coming up here this first week. Let me see what comes up in the second week. Second week, you have 9 of Wands, intensity, Rabbit, Yule, rebirth, and Bronze, strengthen your body. Okay. I feel like the energy shifts the second week. You start moving forward. You feel renewed, or you're in the process of renewing yourself. And you're going to do that through exercise. For a lot of you, a big part of that is going to be exercise. There's other ways to strengthen your body too. Meditation certainly helps. Could be related to diet. You know, whole foods, whole plant-based foods, you know, eliminating toxicities, that kind of thing. You're strengthening your body. And that Yule card. And then intensity, 9 of Wands and Rabbit. Let's check them out. 9 of Wands. Protection. 9 of Wands is about protection. It says, if you're feeling exhausted, if you're feeling fatigued, questioning your motivation, getting sort of lost in like Pisces, 12th house reverse type energy, you're weakening your immune system. You don't have the protection. But instead, this second week, I see you guys trying to, or at least Spirit is encouraging you to be proactive, to protect yourself. No, I hope I'm not invoking fear when I say the word protection. Like, oh, why? Am I going to get attacked? Something scary there? You're strengthening your immune system. You're strengthening yourself emotionally, mentally. Your consciousness, your psyche, you're strengthening it. And that's important because the veil is thin between the worlds right now. Okay? And you have that Pisces 12th house energy there saying, yeah, your spirit guides, your ancestors, other spirits perhaps too, like, they wouldn't mind having a little chit chat with you. If you're open to that, like the veil being lifted, like, yeah, you can get the front line. You can sit at the front row at that movie. But you don't, it's like if you're going to go watch a thunderstorm, okay? It's an intense thunderstorm. You do not want to walk out there with wet hair holding a metal rod. You know what I mean? Like, you want to maybe wear your rubber boots and stay, I don't know, away from the conductor, whatever it is. I forget. Sorry. You're the last reading. I'm a little tired. So it's about protecting yourself, just being sensible. And part of doing that spiritually is about taking good care of yourself, building up your immune system, taking good care of your physical health, mental health, emotional health, all that. So strengthen your body, very helpful. Positivity and optimism and love come through with this card. You will, as does reflection, right? Let's look at Rabbit. Rabbit. Okay, keywords: timidity, anxiety, alertness. So being timid, having anxiety and alertness are key phrases, words. Rabbit's message. Rabbit brings the gift of listening, awareness of danger in the environment. Use this to sense trouble before it arrives. Rabbit shows you the folly of indulging in anticipated fears. Find courage and face your fears. Running away from them solves nothing. Use rabbit medicine. Understand your fears. Sometimes they are not your own, but have arisen from attitudes held by your parents or others in your childhood. Return those fears to their owners. Some other fears are totally irrational. Write them down and burn them. So, yeah, these two cards, also maybe the 9, I forget, they encourage shadow work, right? Looking at our fears, bringing them to light instead of running or hiding from them, integrating them, releasing them, moving on, new beginning, bright dawn, Yule. This is also the day when there's the shortest amount of daylight hours and the longest amount of night hours. And it's symbolic of rest, dreams, all of that Piscean energy type stuff. Let's look at the third week. Definitely see some preparing for Samhain, preparing for Halloween, preparing for, which is New Year of Halloween coming through for some of you. So we have the Nine of Pentacles now showing up reversed. That looks right side up to you. Reversed. We have Kruger. Watchtower of the North, winter. So more introspection, more shadow work perhaps, more rest, recuperation, dreams. All month for you guys. Great time to have a dream journal and ask God, Source, Spirit, your guides, etc. communicate with you through your dreams, to remember your dreams, do dream work. And you have chocolate, nourish your body and soul. Nourish your body and soul. So up till now, I mean, we were talking about taking good care of yourself, right? But the focus was on getting rid of toxins, right? Strengthening your body, turn that fat into muscle, like get rid of toxins, get rid of stuff that's in the way. And now it's talking about bringing in some love, right? Bring in that nourishment. It's both all month, but I just wanted to point that out. You might feel an energetic sort of switch there, the second, third week. All right, so we have Nine of Pentacles reversed is the tarot card. So, looking at, okay, this could be symbolic of reckless spending, living beyond one's means, and a false sense of success. So here we have that like Pisces 12th house reversed type energy instead of right side up energy. You could get a little bit delusional, right, about your finances, a little undergrounded if you're not careful. And, this might just, you might get caught up in the fun of the season, the Halloween season, go a little bit overboard on Halloween, whatever candy, your costumes, your costume, party supplies, I don't know what, spending too much on tarot readings, living beyond your means, that kind of thing. So it says be careful. You want to nourish yourself, your soul, and your body. So it's not saying don't spend anything, but it's saying try to ground yourself and be practical. Maybe shopping around would be more nourishing ultimately than spending more than you have and having to deal with being in debt and that kind of thing, or not having enough food come November, or ground yourself. And maybe sleep on a decision instead of dropping that $50 on Halloween supplies in that one store. Maybe go home and sleep on it. You got to make your own personal calls, but just bring that into your awareness. Let's look at the Kruger card. Kruger. And for some of you, it might not have to do with Halloween, or it might be that like you have other expenses, or you're wanting to spend money in other places and Halloween. And you might look at it like, okay, could some of this other stuff wait? What can wait? And just grounding. It's just calling for grounding. Still a really good week to meditate. I would definitely encourage meditation, creative visualization, that kind of stuff. You will showing up and nourish your body and all those cards. Kruger, 25, page 25. Okay, strength, assertiveness, and leadership show up. Okay. It says, let Kruger's fierce gaze remind you of the power of leadership and survival, and teach these skills to the young ones. Call on its strength for the qualities that you need, and to review your beliefs about yourself. Develop your leadership traits of truthfulness and of making appropriate use of power and energy. You might need to make a great leap into something new. Definitely calling on you to have strength, be mature, lead by example, and use your power and your energy with wisdom, compassion, and just use it appropriately. All right, let's look at that fourth and final week. You have the Sun card. Organization is the word on the top, and that's coming up right side up for you. You have Medicine Wheel coming up reversed. Watchtower of the East, spring. What did I say? That new year, right? So it's not necessarily about spring, but it is like new year, Halloween, new year, new beginning, new phase. Really deep releasing of some old stuff from everything that's accumulated up till this year, or like since last Halloween, or lifetime or lifetimes. Pisces is vast possibility, guys. So, whatever your specific situation is. But there's a rebirth, and you saw that in one of the other weeks too. Was it the last week or the week before it? That energy of rebirth, new beginnings. Okay, it could be new projects, new relationships, new jobs, just new vitality, new thought patterns, new way of being, feeling refreshed. Could manifest in a lot of different ways. You have turquoise, awaken your empathy. So again, remember there are other people, and treat others the way you'd want to be treated. Treat people well. That comes up. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Avoid getting selfish and greedy. You have the Sun card. This is a card connected to the sign of Leo. So it could have to do with a Leo, but it's also, it's about happiness, it's about joy, it's about expressing yourself, authenticity, larger cycles like full year, right? Anniversaries, birthdays, New Year's, all that kind of stuff is symbolized, to me at least, through the sun, whereas the moon handles things that are shorter, like things that happen once a week or once a month. All right, so we have Medicine Wheel reversed. Medicine Wheel is one of those 4, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of the highest. There's 3 tiers in this deck, and this is of the highest tier. There's only 4 cards in that high tier. Its keywords are seeing, understanding, and energy. And it reads, the Medicine Wheel reversed may signify serious or long-term imbalances. For example, you may be overusing or overrating your critical or analytical faculties, the North, which we just had show up, the North, or perhaps you are refusing to listen to your heart and feelings, the South. Maybe you have become too materialistic or overburdened with the struggle for survival, the West. Or you have forgotten that you are also spirit, the East. East. It is important to remember to always look across the wheel at the opposite direction to find the qualities needed to restore balance. I'm missing a card. Do we only have 3, 4? No, I guess not. I'm not missing a card. Alright, I'm pretty much going to leave it at that for you guys. Great advice from the Medicine Wheel. Balance, key. Happy times, the Sun. I do see happy times coming in. New beginnings coming in. Looks very nice. Very cool. So the first little announcement thing that I wanted to share with you is actually an offer. So if you would like to hear your Witch's Wisdom cards in their entirety out of the booklet, let me know. I'm asking for a donation to do it, but it can be whatever you can afford. It can be like $1, $5, whatever. So the link for that is down below through PayPal. Just make your donation and message me and let me know. It doesn't matter. You can message me first if that makes you more comfortable, but message me, let me know what element and that you've made the donation for that purpose to get a video reading of each of your Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards for October, and I'll do that I'll do the reading for each of those 4 cards for your element in their entirety out of the book. The second thing I wanted to bring up and mention is, hold on, got a cough. Sorry. These are readings for the element, right? Earth, air, fire, and water. But if you want a reading specific for your sign for the month of October, so for Gemini or for Aquarius or for Libra specific, I will do that. What you need to do is you need to go to the Facebook group that I have for the public. The link for that is down below. Join that group if you're not already in that group, or if you aren't watching this video from that group, and let me know that you're going to buy that. It's $10 to buy it, and what I do is I will release it in the Facebook group so everybody in the Facebook group can see it. And so if you're for a Gemini, for example, and you buy it, then you're buying it for all the Geminis in the group. It's, gives the opportunity for making friends, just doing something altruistic and nice for other people, even if you didn't have the intent to do that and you're doing it for yourself. You're also sharing it with these other people, so it opens, just sort of opens that window. And, y'all can do whatever you want. Maybe have conversations, find other Geminis or whatever sign in the group, and you want to get these on a regular basis. Maybe you can work something out so you're sharing the expenses and you don't have to pay for it every month, but yet you'll get to see it every month. So anyway, that's the way I'm doing that. They are still available. They cost $10 a piece, and they get released to the entire group. And the link for that is down below, along with all the other links. All right, air signs, very powerful magical reading for you for October. I hope that it goes really well for you, and that this reading was useful and beneficial for you, and that you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful month. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.